What's up?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Nostalgia Power, huh?
Yes.
Thank you, everybody in the chat that took the time
Happy
to get
Saturday,
up early
everybody.
on Saturday morning.
That's
We are going to be talking about toys today, okay? Because nothing says mature adult like a bunch of grown-ass men talking about toys, right?
Well, you know what they say. The only thing that separates men from boys is the cost of their toys.
That's a good quote. I don't think I've ever heard that. Johnny Blaze,
That's
what's
right.
up? Toxin.
And Mike's already flexing. He can see what's behind him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not every day you can bust out the Ghostbusters.
I mean,
It's always
Mike is
safely
totally
put
ready
away.
for show and tell.
Well, no, that's always there. I play with it all the time. Yeah, all that stuff, that's all original. I bought.
What you do in the privacy of your own home is your business, Mike.
Yeah, adult toys. Yeah,
Is that a purple background on the Ghostbuster logo on the sign, or is it black?
This one right here? Yeah, it's purple.
Yeah,
Which is,
looks
I
purple.
mean, that's
Yeah.
what I think, because purple was kind of the color that the real Ghostbusters used. But yeah, so that's all original. Was it Hasbro? I think.
I mean, Jason
re-released
from Friday
all
the
the
13th,
stuff.
he was always purple too.
Yeah, he was. I don't know why.
He was
I don't know
always
why they made it
purple.
purple. Maybe like black or whatever dark colors maybe didn't translate well to the NES. But
Ooh,
so
Toxin, I like your new logo.
yeah, I was about ready to say, like, is that Toxin?
Yeah,
Nice.
That's dope. That's dope.
Hey guys, did you see that Magneto mask on Amazon? It's like 30%. Did you see that, Mike? It was like 30% off. So it was $100. We saw it in Cleveland.
Whoa.
It's like $69.99 on Amazon right now.
Well, happy birthday to me. So
The X-Men 97.
So my birthday is coming up in a couple weeks, and she keeps asking me. She's like, "What do you want? You know, like what do you get a 40-year-old man for his birthday?" Well, I guess a
Magneto's helmet. Yes.
That's exactly what you get them. Watching on the sneak. Oh, be careful. Just have the sound turned down, right?
Oh,
That's
hey,
right. You don't need
Kaylee,
to hear us. You can just see us.
Yeah.
Fine.
don't get in trouble.
Exactly.
Those
That'd be
stinking-
the
those
that'd be the
stinking
worst.
bosses.
You get fired from your job watching Nostalgia Power.
Yeah.
Like, what
This
the
better be a
hell?
good episode, guys. I mean, the pressure's already on.
Yeah,
Make it
people's
good.
jobs are at stake now.
Now they're-
Yeah.
Man, I forgot to pull out my Showgirls action figure. Son of a gun.
What is it? Is this like
No,
a pole? Well, here, look.
Like a hot toy where it's got a pole and she just kind of slides up and down. Really neat.
We starting already with that. Huh?
Yeah, there we go.
Is that
Usually
And
that's when
away
the
we
show's
go.
set end.
that AAA batteries, or does it just power
what
like
is
a
it?
USB? Like
It was yeah.
So
Hey,
where do we
more
how do we want to
Cordac,
start out?
What are you working up?
Yeah, what did he say? He was
Well, I mean, he's working out at the
Watching
gym.
from the gym.
What are you doing? Are you on the treadmill today? Or are you doing weights? I did chest this morning. I was running a little late coming up here. Chest always takes the longest for me.
yeah, you know.
Oh, we had the best toys of
worked
the
out this morning, you know.
Yeah, me too.
I woke up. I'm like, I told myself I wasn't going to drink last night.
I actually
Well, I
did.
gotta be a little
I was
productive
doing
in the
arms
morning.
this
Were
morning.
you?
Yeah.
No, I rolled
Guys,
out of
I
bed
did-
and was like,
I-
oh boy.
I filled 10 bags of leaves after work last night. There were so many leaves this time of year.
I thought you were doing it because you were stressed and you needed to blow off some steam,
man.
so you just started
I
raking.
couldn't
all
even see the
leaves.
lawn.
That's how my yard was,
You know,
man.
The corner of my yard, I usually blow the leaves like over there because it's kind of like it's a dead corner over there. It's got a lot of trees and stuff, but the fence is kind of up high, right? The lower part of the fence. So when I blow the leaves over there, they just go under the fence and they just But it's a schoolyard next door, so they just go into the parking lot.
Just blow it right over there.
So I heard them over there this morning, like blowing all the leaves. I'm like, I know where they came from.
They're blowing them back into your yard.
Yeah,
Blowing them back, yeah.
It's
I actually read
from the recycling program. No, they don't have a permanent home. They just go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, MG. Well, I mean, hopefully you weren't really up until 4 a.m., but I convinced him to get Grand Theft Auto for PlayStation because we're going to be playing it tonight. Hopefully, and live streaming it. So,
who's coming over to play with you?
My brother and Hot Rangus are coming over.
Nice.
And MG's going to jump in the. I'm gonna, I'll make like a
man,
private game.
I don't know if I'll make it. I'm doing. I don't get it tonight. I don't.
Oh,
know.
are you?
I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to be busy going out there, the phone on and the TV. So if I'm not commenting on one of your videos, it's because I'm watching it on TV.
It's So hopefully Hot Rangus gets all the kinks worked out on the stream.
That's awesome.
No pressure. So we're just gonna mess around on GTA Online. So anybody who has a PlayStation, feel free to join us. Message me or whatever.
What time, Mike?
No,
I think we're shooting for like 9:30. What time are you going on, Zod? I don't want to like directly.
Oh man, I'm going live about 6:30 Central Time. So
okay, so
I might be
okay.
I might be done by then.
Yeah.
Then if I am, man, I'll be in the chat for sure.
That's
You got a PlayStation.
7:30 by us, I guess, right? You're an hour away from us.
We're 6:30. So you're Eastern, right? So that'd be 7:30 your time.
Unless you have like an epically long stream that goes on for 3 or 4 hours.
It could be because we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Yeah. It could be long. I don't know. But
is that a PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5?
Either or. You could play on either one of them.
What do you
got? Is it
GTA Online?
Yeah. Is it GTA Online? Okay, yeah. I don't know. I got a PlayStation 4. I haven't fired it up in a couple of months.
Yeah, I'm using a 4.
I got to see if it still works. I haven't turned it on in like 3 months. Last game I played on it was Shredder's Revenge. And I just never turned it on again after.
Well, we were gonna do something like that, and everybody's been playing Shredder's Revenge. I'm like, well, there's supposedly going to be a trailer for GTA 6 that's going to come out in December, right? That was like Rockstar's big announcement a week or two ago. And GTA 5 is still surprisingly very, very strong online. They're still putting out updates for it. That game's been out for over 10 years now. I can't believe it. But it's still fun. But we're shooting for 9:30. I got to make sure the kid's in bed because if not, all hell will break loose. So, so everybody's coming over. We're gonna have a few beverages and goof around online. So anybody who's out there wants to join, should be fun.
You're gonna do the Ralph Cramden and drink grape juice and think it's wine and just.
I actually expected you. I don't know. I actually expected you to do a Mega Man stream because you just did your review of that.
That's a good idea.
My Arcade. I was like, he's going to do something with Mega Man.
Well, that may still happen. I think we already had this in the works before that thing showed up, and so it was kind of one of those things. Like, do I bump it out of the way? Like, nah, we'll just keep going with it. I've been telling my brother all week to make sure he downloads Grand Theft Auto on his PlayStation. So, anyways,
it's online, so you can it doesn't matter. You don't have to buy it?
I think he has to reinstall the game. I'm sorry.
He has to reinstall it. Okay.
Yeah,
because I never bought 5. I think the last Grand Theft Auto game that I had was I think the last one I bought was Vice City.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had that too.
That's how long
that was the last one I had.
Yeah.
The game that borrowed heavily from the movie Scarface, right?
Yeah, and Miami Vice and
a lot of other stuff.
A lot of stuff, and you had. I mean.
My daughter got
Ray
into
Liotta. You had Ray Liotta from Goodfellas in it. I mean, that's dope. I mean, it was awesome. I don't know. I that's what I was hearing that they were that the new one's gonna take us back to Vice City. That's what I heard. That's
supposedly. Yep.
So I don't know.
My Hawk Hurts calling it $99. Marvel Superheroes Countercade.
Oh yeah, gotta get.
That's a steal, guys.
Somebody just
$99.
Somebody just put a video up that they got it for $80.
Well, they might have had a 10% coupon. There was Target's got all those incentives, if you.
I was thinking of you yesterday, Phil, because I did a Punisher run through on the Bobby Sarah. I sat here and played it.
Who did you play?
Ran
Punisher
it all
or
the way
Nick Fury?
through. No, as Punisher. Yeah. I ran through the entire game, and you're right. It took about around 40 minutes to get through the entire, the entire game all the way to Kingpin at the end, and
that car blows up and like
oh
the
my
second
God.
that skeleton remains.
I mean, and the way they just like brutally murder Kingpin, like they're like
he gets away. They didn't find his body though. Remember, they drove away in the van.
Right, but the way they just like the building was crumbling, and they're walking out, and they're like, "That's all for you." Like they didn't, like, it was just so like, wow. I'm like, that's cold. You're gonna leave the building to collapse on him. And of course he got away, but still, it's like, man, that was brutal.
It's an awesome game.
It was an awesome game.
I wish we could play it online. Like if they,
that would be so fun.
Could you imagine? Just on that counter case, just playing it online.
We could all do you could do a two-player
why they
co-op,
don't, right? I mean, they could easily.
I mean, we could stream it while we were doing it and have 4-player co-op like that. It would be so much fun, or 2-player co-op, whatever. But I don't know those countercades. The whole thing is. That was what it was misleading to me. I always thought because they went that far to make that 2-player deck and to make it look so authentic and official that they were going to make those online playable, because
I know they should have.
What a way to get into the Arcade 1-Up ecosystem.
I know. Jess, you want to answer that question?
Yeah, Jess, you got a question. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Up on the screen.
What ring do I wear?
You wearing a ring?
Oh, so many people ask me for this. It's usually a couple of different rings, but this is about the 95%. My daughter bought this for me. So Tula loves horror. So it's a skull with the wearing, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
It's a skull wearing the jester.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what that is.
Power ring.
It's morphin time.
Wasn't that Captain Planet? Didn't Captain? You guys remember Captain Planet?
He morphs into a dude wearing a jester suit. It's morphin time. It's all good.
I got ripped off, guys, on my power.
It's skin tight green like the Riddler.
Your secret weapons throwing the casino Kate at people.
Yeah, it's like the Power Twins. I should have my daughter.
Yeah, give it to somebody. They're trying to play. I don't have them online. No.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. So how do we want to approach this? So we're going to talk about toys. So, what were some of the toy lines? Like, I feel like the Star Wars line was kind of like the first real.
I mean, just everything.
Like mass produced
everything. Yeah.
I'm looking at Silverhawks on eBay right now. Like, you weren't kidding, Zod.
How expensive everything is now? Yeah, even loose action figures are. You'd throw up if you knew what I paid for that Ghostbusters.
I
just
love.
Tell us.
Okay,
just tell us.
Go ahead. Tell us. Oh my god, this is gonna be.
I think it was like $280, which isn't really that much if you think about it now.
Probably if you look now, how much it is? How much is it on eBay right now?
I don't even know.
You could probably sell it for $10,000.
Yeah.
I think I bought that thing like 10 years ago.
For sure.
Okay, what is it? It's the Ghostbusters. What is it?
Firehouse.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now. I got eBay open right now. I will look it up right now.
See if I can pull this off.
Ghostbusters Firehouse.
No, all the original.
Is it worth just going Super 7 or going for the original?
I mean,
that's right. Where we're sitting right now.
Super 7. Yeah, they do pretty good.
Okay,
I have their Transformers.
You're looking at about $349.
All right, so it's
$349.
I mean,
that's one. Okay, $349. Somebody's got one for $469.99 in the box. Somebody's got another box. Somebody's got another one for $1,000. Somebody's got another one for over $1,000.
Look at the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man over here.
Mm-hmm.
He's so much smaller in real life.
Yeah, they didn't hit the scale very well.
$290 starting bid for a loose one.
And this one came complete. I mean,
oh my god,
yeah, that one came fully complete.
Let me see if I can find it. What was that new Ghostbuster car that came out? The thing's like thousands of dollars. It's like
car.
Yeah.
Ecto 1.
It's like a 1/6 scale or 1/4 scale.
MG.
The thing would take my entire room all the way across. Yeah, it's a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, the Ecto 1. Let's see.
Actually, you know who had it on? What's his name from Mythbusters? I can't think of it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna send you this, and you should I think you should show this, Mike, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Hold on a second here, and I don't know if this is the one that Jesse was talking about, but this is insane. Hold on a minute here. Wow.
Yeah, you'll know when you see
I guess you just got to be made of money. I guess that's
you have to be.
way. Here, I'm going to put it in the private chat here so you can pull it up.
Hopefully, I don't get kicked out or do something crazy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one where they weathered it. There was one that's pristine, and then the second one came out that was weathered.
6 scale.
It is 6 scale. Yeah, I was right.
I mean,
huge, but it's gorgeous. You got to see the way the thing lights up. All the interior dashboard, everything lights up inside.
Like the detail on even like the
details
top
are nice.
It's incredible looking. I mean, you know,
like even the windshield's dirty. You know, the windows are all dirty. Oh my god.
Yeah, but to be honest, I really like the pristine one. It was just gorgeous looking.
So there's another one that
this was the second. Yeah, they came out with this one a little while after.
I'm guessing this is because of the new Ghostbusters movie, where they recovered the old Ecto 1, and this is exactly how it looked. I mean,
you're talking about you're talking about the Afterlife one. Okay, hold on.
That's insane.
Well, this is the Ghostbusters Afterlife, Ecto 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it says it right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I mean, if I had $1,500 laying around, with nothing better to do with it, sure.
Like I said,
is this the size of the one you have like behind you, Mike?
Well, I doubt. I feel like the 6 scale would probably be a lot bigger. That one is just.
Look at the shelf. Look at the shelf it's sitting on. Like, yeah, okay, it's taking up a whole shelf. Like, this is big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay, there is. Okay, and then there is this one. I think this is more Jesse's speed right here. I'm gonna send this.
I know. I think I know what you're gonna show me.
Oh, MG. Yeah, I think I've seen that. I may have even commented on this video that he sent. It was this guy that has
I don't know,
like
the
entire G.I. Joe collection in this massive
Silverhawks right now.
Oh man.
There, I sent you another one that I think I think this is the one. I think this is the one. Yeah, I think this is the one. Was the one you were talking about, Jesse?
Oh my god, $4,500. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
I'm looking at 2 of the exact same cars.
Was this the cleaner look?
But yeah, I mean, you're talking about pristine and clean. This is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I like this one better.
Yeah, because
I mean, you could probably buy the real car for that.
I
didn't see the price. Holy cow!
Wait a minute. That's exactly the price I bought my first car with. $4,500.
Check it out. Check it out, folks.
Like the old Hearst or whatever, like a 57, whatever the Ghostbusters car is, you could probably buy one. That impresses me the most right there, underneath the hood.
That's proton packs
under the hood.
Like, look at that.
It comes with all 4 proton.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, it does.
Yeah.
New in box. That's why it's so expensive.
And I wish you could just see the dashboard. It's incredible the way it's lit up. Everything.
Proton packs.
I can't believe they don't show an inside.
It's amazing.
That is incredible.
I mean,
MG, you should buy this.
Oh wait, maybe there is more.
And
oh
leave it.
Yeah.
MG, leave it in the box next to your arcade one.
Oh, interior.
There's a
That's
God.
disgusting.
there's an Adam West Batmobile too, 1/6 scale. It's absolutely incredible
Oh
too.
man, let's look
But
at
you
the box.
you
this
need a
comes in.
museum to put these
Underneath
in,
the
you know?
car. Oh my god.
Yeah, leave it in the box. Put it next to the arcade.
I feel like if
one-up.
you put gas in that thing, it would probably fire up.
Yeah, it might start going.
There's a real 6-scale engine in it. Wow, look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You could put. He could put it right next to the one-ups, guys.
Is this on eBay? I'm
Box.
gonna
Yeah,
give
it's
this guy
on
an offer of like $50. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like come
Yeah,
on, dude.
want-
You know, your wife's making you get rid of it. Like,
I
come
watched the unboxing of that. It is huge.
Is
I
it-
mean, huge.
Is it like that Super 7 Thunder?
on.
What's
There's
the
a
Thundercats
4-wheeler in the
vehicle?
background right there. It's
A
almost
Thunder
big as
tank.
Oh,
that.
how big is the box?
Oh yeah, look, yeah, that's right. Look what's behind
Like
it.
just
What is
to
it?
put it into perspective.
Oh God.
What is that? Is that an ATV behind? I can't really see. Yeah, wow. Oh my
So,
god.
like side
Look
by
at-
side. Yeah.
Well, that would have been bigger than my first car because I had a
ATV.
Geo Tracker.
Yeah.
Remember the size
Yeah,
of those
I had a
things?
little Chevy Nova. Yeah.
He's plowing people's driveways with this thing. He's got a snowplow on it.
$4,500.
Guys.
Honey, just listen to me, okay? I had an idea. Like, just go with this. Like,
I
Just
got
hear
an
me.
idea.
Hear me out to the end.
yeah, just give me a chance.
And the idea doesn't end in divorce, so we can work this out.
Well, it shouldn't. It might, but it
Should be
shouldn't.
like, Mike, go ahead and get it. You'll be living in it. Just try and squeeze yourself in it.
You'll be living out of it.
It might be.
I just
Keep you warm in the cold.
That's awesome. That is seriously probably that's the coolest Ghostbusters car I've ever
I don't
seen.
know why
Yeah,
they just
gorgeous.
don't appreciate this stuff like we do. I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe well, part of the problem is the price. The price of getting into this stuff now is insane.
It's
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I know.
I know.
Well, that's next level. I mean, that's
Yeah. Bob Geo Tracker. That Ecto 1 was probably about the same size, huh?
oh, yours was a Geo Tracker too, Hot Rankers?
Hmm.
You know what
I
I
remember
did?
when you had that.
Remember when Chevy bought it? It was the Chevy Tracker.
I put huge Goodyear tires on this thing. I mean, the Goodyear tires I put on this thing was meant for like, it was meant for a giant pickup truck with dualies. So I had these things in that little thing. I mean, it looked so ridiculous, but it was funny as hell.
Let me share something else here. Oh crap! If I can remember which one it is, I got a lot of stuff pulled up that all has the same title.
Your wife would be just drive the car, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, you could trade in your truck for it. You know.
Just
would
drive
have
it,
to.
Mike.
There it is. This is the one that I always come back to whenever you speaking of massive
wow.
toys.
Oh my
Right?
gosh, my
Wow.
neighbor had
You guys
that
remember
thing.
that
Look at
thing?
the size of that.
Mm.
What did that
Like,
run for in the
Your neighbor
80s?
had that?
Yeah.
Now I was about ready
No,
to
I never
ask
did that.
like, does anybody
does
know
that
anybody
go
that
for
had it?
now?
Like, imagine getting that for Christmas. You come downstairs.
How much does that
like
go
that's
for
sitting
now?
under the tree? Like that takes up your whole.
I know, but what did it go
I don't know, I'll
for
have to
in
look
the
it up,
80s?
but
Like, what was the price?
like it was probably like $49.99 or something.
No
That's
way. It had to have been
nuts.
at
I
least
know.
100. Because
Yeah, you would
the
think.
Batcave in '89 was $50, right? And
Oh, wow.
think about how much smaller the Batcave is compared to that.
Like, what would you do with that when you were a kid? Like, some kids couldn't
It
even
would-
fit that in their bedroom, probably.
That
No,
takes
I-
up like
I
a ping
couldn't.
pong table. Like that is the size of a ping pong table, guys. That's like you have to put in the basement. This kid's basement was all GI Joes. I think he had Star Wars on one side and GI Joes on the other. I mean, he had everything. He had
That's
the
pretty cool.
Ewok space.
I
Did
mean,
you
look
have
at
the
that.
Ewok space, Mike?
What is it?
The Ewok space. Did you have all that?
No, I didn't.
No.
You know,
Those-
I had the Millennium Falcon that opened up, and you could
Yeah.
and you could put all the figures inside of it. You could have Han and Chewie sitting in the
It
cockpit.
had that
in the
table. It had
front.
that little
Had
table.
the table
yeah.
for Luke and Obi-Wan, and you could have R2 and 3PO. It was beautiful. I remember the Christmas when I got it for Christmas as a kid. I came downstairs and there it was under the tree. My dad had set it all up. He stayed up all night setting up the Millennium Falcon. It was beautiful.
There.
I wish I still had
Good,
that thing. Oh my God.
Then there was
Look at
that,
that.
speaking of the old Star Wars, I never really got into the old Star Wars just because I was too young or wasn't even around when that was big. But I did start getting into it in like the 90s, and I do have some
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
remember
original
that.
figures.
Can you
But
make that
I never
bigger?
had anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of little PlayStations. Now I collected a lot of the figures, but I never wanted to ask for the playhouses and all that stuff. So I used to make them all myself.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's like most of us.
resourceful.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
I mean, I think this thing behind me was pretty much the only place that we really had. I mean, look, they got the trash compactor down there.
Yeah, I made that. Yeah.
Did you really? Obi-Wan
'cause-
and Darth Vader fighting.
Yeah, cardboard boxes were my friend back then.
Yep. Look, there's even the tractor
And
beam controls.
like cardboard rolls from the paper toweling.
Yeah, that's
Clean as shit out of one of those.
Oh yeah, because the figures $3-4, and then the play sets were $50-$60 or more, and
yeah, a cardboard box and duct tape. You could do a lot of stuff with that.
yeah. But
It's imagination. I mean, it's just the things we did when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy this thing complete in box, $525.
Wow.
Is that all?
That's it.
Well, I mean, we pay more for cabinets. I mean, arcade one-ups. I mean, it's.
I know. Look, this thing was never played with. It's never been built.
Imagine if we had jobs like when we were kids. Imagine the stuff we could have had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why did we have to go to school? Why couldn't we just work?
I know. Yeah, I wish I could have saved all the stuff that I had back then because I never opened it. You know what I mean? Be living in a much bigger house. I remember that. So Andy had the Death Star.
Oh, really?
I never knew anybody that had any of those.
This
My buddy had the figurines.
This was the one. This was the one that I had. I just sent it to you in the private chat.
Oh, I'll look at it.
You ever hear about the original guy who found the original Death Star thrown in a dumpster?
Like the model they used from the movie?
Yeah. Yeah. He took it out of the dumpster and he kept it for years. And then
I had that too, Zod. Yeah, that's crazy.
You mean, Jesse, is that like the screen, the prop from the movie, like the screen?
Yeah,
prop?
the exact one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
why would that be in a dumpster?
Because back then they didn't.
Yeah, that's like finding $1 million in a dumpster.
Back then they didn't house things like that, and it was just taking up room. So they would just throw like all different sets and things all in the garbage.
Oh yeah, Jesse. Allegedly, they just found the original Enterprise from the 1966 Star Trek. The original, prop. Allegedly, they finally found it. The first.
There's
wow.
There's a place in Georgia that you can go. They have a set, like they did like a spin-off show. Have you ever seen the videos from that? It's the original Enterprise. You go right to the deck, and there's like the quarters where they lived. It'd be cool to check that out.
Oh yeah,
this thing's pretty sweet. So you had this, Zod?
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah,
is that supposed to be the probe that Luke trained with?
Oh, I just pulled it up now. Oh, that's the.
Oh yeah, I see the probe.
Yeah.
Look at the probe.
Yeah, a lot of people are selling this right now, though, because a new one came out, I believe. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
Kenner just released a new one.
They did come out with a new one, but it's more. But it looks more like the one.
This is from nostalgia,
the Force Awakens. It doesn't look like.
Oh yeah,
it has those stupid things on it. It doesn't have the right.
Oh no, I thought it was a duplicate of this. They had the whole gaming table and all that. No,
with battle alert sound.
Oh no, does it?
You got this. Was the box still there? Did your dad toss it right away?
I don't remember. But I just remember it all being set up right under the tree, where it was the whole thing with all the figures. All of the figures were all in their appropriate places.
Wow.
My dad. I always thought that my dad was like a closeted Star Wars fan because he never showed any interest, but he sure as hell knew where all the characters belonged on the ship. I was like, wow.
What picture you got? Yeah, right there. There's Zod right there as a kid. That's him on the box. That's Christmas morning. Like,
Yeah, like, I couldn't believe it. Like it was beautiful. It's one of my fondest childhood memories.
I know.
Because it was one of those really wild Christmases where like, yeah, my dad had it set up like, and I even got a lightsaber from Empire Strikes Back.
Was it the green or the red one?
It was a yellow one.
Remember how wide they were?
Glows, and it's wide, and it has a real
and
thick,
it made that
real
noise,
thick, and it makes that noise whenever you swing it.
I never
Yeah.
had one. I never got the stinking lightsaber.
Yeah, it was great.
Kaylee, I did not, but let's see if there's
Yeah,
anybody
I
who's
pulled
brave
that
enough
up
to say they
for a
did.
reason. I know, because those are sought after collector's items now.
No, but my cousin, who is
My
the same
sister
age
used to
as
cut
me,
the heads off of them and string them up.
Was she Wednesday Addams? I mean,
that's what she used to do. She used to cut them up. She would like cut like the parts off. She would like amputate some of them and string them up. She would write Joker paint on them. I mean, she would mess them up. What's up, KFB?
Hey, Zohar.
hey,
There we go.
Hey, you see the Barbie movie, like when she finds that one that's been all like abused? She's doing the split.
Weird old Barbie. Yeah.
oh, I bet you, yeah, like the dream house and the dream car and all that stuff. I guarantee you that goes for top money on eBay too. Just like all these other places.
They're so much bigger. I remember lining up my Rambo next to a Barbie. It's like half the size of Barbie.
Yeah, the scale didn't really work with the figures we had.
You had Rambo? Did you?
Yeah, yeah. I had Rambo and the bad. There was a guy with a claw hand.
I didn't
with
have
like
Rambo.
a red beret, and then there was a guy with a tank top. So I had
Okay,
two
hold on.
villains.
Let me see if I can find the Rambo action figure
had
I
Rambo.
think that I know.
Oh,
Phil
then I
might be
have a
talking
good
about, because
story
a friend of
for
mine
you.
had
Yeah,
one
come on,
from
It's
1985.
Stallone.
I have a good story about the
Okay,
real
here they
I had-
are. Okay, hold on, guys. Here they are. I think
I had a
found them.
Rambo lunchbox.
There you go. Here you go.
What are we looking at here?
I'm about to send it to you right now. Hold on.
Whoops.
And it was only on for one. I was watching some history of cartoons the other day. I think it was only on for one season.
Action Man.
I sent it to you in the
Okay.
private chat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those were the ones because I think I had a neighbor who had both of those.
yeah. So look at the villain with the claw hand. Like, yeah, there was some bad guys, and Rambo. He'd always every week he'd fight the same guys. It's funny.
Oh, take it out of here. Colonel Troutman, too.
The Rambo I had, he had a tank top. It was like a white tank top. There was a
I don't
couple different figures.
I don't remember Troutman ever being as buff as Rambo. Sorry.
He's got a big head.
It's almost like they took the same mold
The
and
same
just
mold,
swapped it. Yeah, just put a head on a different
It's the
head.
same shoulders and everything.
And he's
Put a
such
head on it.
He's such a jerk in that summer rental movie. It's like, this is the guy from Rambo. Like, why is he?
In case you wouldn't know what their backsides look like.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil, I think I found your figure. I think I found the one you had because you said you had the one where he was wearing the tank top.
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
Never saw these before.
Really?
No, I never did.
No, I didn't either. Never
Did
seen
you guys have the Karate Kid figures? Remember there was like
I did. I
Yes, never had them.
had Daniel.
he had like a
Chozan,
yellow
and-
suit. He looked like Law from Tekken.
Yeah, I had Daniel, Chozan, and Johnny Lawrence. I had those three.
Man, Karate Kid.
I never had Mr. Miyagi. I don't think I had Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, that's the one I
these-
had. That's the one I had, you guys.
Were the Rambo figures were they GI Joe scale? I mean, were they
No.
3.5
No.
They were just
no.
like Thundercats.
GI Joes were like the size of Barbies back
Oh,
then.
So they were
GI
big.
Joes were huge Like,
Back
they
then,
were-
yeah, but when they released the '80s GI Joe out based on the cartoon, it's when they shrunk them. you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then
The
they
little mini
shrunk them
ones.
down to the mini.
Yeah, this
figures.
is like the size of Thundercats.
like the
Yeah,
size
right.
of those were like the size of the Kenner Star Wars figures, the ones you're talking about, Mike.
Yeah.
Those were,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
I didn't even know they had
MG wanted
a,
me to look up
Karate
Action
Kid.
Man.
But that was your Rambo though, right, Phil? That was
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah, I wish I still had them.
Well, he's 109.95,
Wow.
brand new.
We could get into trouble today.
Cheaper than 30 years ago. He said they're only $19.99.
Okay, I'm trying to find the
Superhuman
Karate Kid
Samurai Cyber Squad. I don't even. The hell is that?
Let me give you a quick Rambo.
Yeah,
This is
story.
all
he's
of them.
right.
I was going
The
to ask
floating
you about that
DeLorean.
so hard. How much is that?
Yeah, did he
The
post
Back
it?
to the
Was it
Future
him that
2,
posted
like-
the
Yes,
short about it, or the either short or a community post?
It
Yeah, it
popped
freaking
up.
floats.
That would be awesome to have.
Yeah.
And it all
Probably gonna
lights
cost
up.
you a couple bucks, huh?
The DeLorean, the one from, or how about the DeLorean from the same company that did the Knight Rider, and the Ferrari from Magnum TI?
Playmobil.
Oh my God, it looks cool. The DeLorean looks cool, and the flux capacitor, fluxes and everything, and it lights, all that. And I was tempted to get that one the other day, Phil, because I was looking at all the different ones that they had. The Knight Rider one talks.
It talks.
Yeah.
There's so much great stuff, guys. Maybe we
I
should get
know,
into
it's
collecting
like-
toys instead of arcades.
Right, that should be the at least it's not
Jesse.
pinball. At least it's not pinball machines.
Please,
Jesus Christ.
My wife will have me half out the door.
And take these toys with you.
Pinball. Oh my
I
God.
know, tempting it. Good Lord.
I mean, you take the. Okay, yeah, I sent you the Karate Kid.
Well, I got to look up something here for
Those
MG.
were all of them.
He said Action Man was their GI Joe. So I pulled up Action Man, and I probably shouldn't do this, but I have to do it. So MG, you're telling me this is the toys you guys played with? This was your GI Joe?
Okay, wait a second.
Come on, MG.
Go on.
Did it come up? What did they have? So this was Action Man, huh? Oh, geez.
Is the home base the Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy, or?
Oh my God! Come on. I feel really bad for you, MG.
I gotta take a break for a second.
YMCA.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I had to do it. It came up. I was like, well, okay.
All right.
Somebody took the time to set them up like that.
For 100, I just pulled up the Karate
Sorry,
Kid.
killed Jesse.
Oh God.
Zod, Mr. Miyagi looks like a badass in here.
Yeah, he
not
does.
right.
I never had Miyagi. I remember the specific ones I had. I had Chozan.
I know.
Johnny,
I
and
just
Daniel.
had the MG.
Those are great.
They just came with no clothes.
You had to dress them yourself. Good Lord.
There's so many things I want to say right now, but I'm holding it so hard.
Say it, Jesse. It's nostalgia power, bro.
I can't go off the rails tonight. Look, I still have the disclaimer here from legal, so I can't do it.
Yeah. A big snake eye. And that's why he's called Action Man. The man of action.
The European trouser snake. Action Man, the European trouser snake.
Don't ask, don't tell in the Action Man army.
What goes on behind closed doors is ironclad.
Oh, okay. You sent me the
Oh my God.
the Karate Kid.
Pull up
Most-
Miyagi. Look at that.
Most
It looks
action
fun.
figures came with like action movement. I'm just wondering what kind of action movement was in those things.
Pelvic thrust action. Somebody had to say it.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous.
You press a button on the back and
Marketed towards children. What a
Yeah.
crime.
Here's the Karate Kid.
They were those were
Wow.
awesome.
A lot of all 5. You could get all 5, $135. I feel like that's really not that bad.
It's reasonable.
It's not. It's actually not bad.
Mhm.
They're actually in pretty great condition. So to get all 5 of them like that, you could display them. I would put them in an acrylic case or something and have them. If I had all
Karate Kid
5.
2 was a great movie.
They actually kind of look like the people, which is surprising for like a
pretty decent likeness. Yeah.
Yeah. Miyagi's looking a little buffer than normal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Miyagi's looking like he's ready to fight
Like,
Phil's
Soto.
Rambo.
Soto, you're going down. Like you're not beating Miyagi.
Not right there.
Look how laid back he looks. Soto's having a good time. Miyagi looks just like ticked off at the world.
He does look very annoyed.
He's got a chip on his shoulder today. Like, oh my god.
He's the only one of the ones I see that has a closed fit.
It's like
in his
2020.
hands.
It's like 2023, and I'm still here.
I never knew they were out. I never knew that.
Oh yeah.
84, 86.
The 80s. I mean, it was just like every month there was a new action figure.
They said everything. They had action figures of everything.
I mean, we pulled up. You guys remember what was that one I said, Mike? With the bug.
Oh yeah.
Not like big. He said bug. The bug. I forgot the name.
Yeah, I mean they really did. Like we had a robot or RoboCop action figure that had like a little spark gun action.
Remember the
on
capsules?
Back, you know? Yeah, that's what it was.
Sectors. Yeah, I just remember seeing that at Toys R Us. I mean, there was just so many.
Don't remember these at all.
Action figures.
Yeah, but what the heck? Was this a TV show? I'll pull it up on the screen.
I don't know, but their base was like the Castle of Grayskull, but there was like this pit, and it's just like it was all bug related.
It's all about bugs.
Yeah. I feel like this had to be a TV show at some point. Because they all were. Like, all these toy lines came from somewhere, and that's how they sold them. They made a cartoon show about them.
Of course, yeah.
Exactly. It was a commercial for, basically.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What are they? I can't see too well. So.
They were like any action figure, but he's riding a fly. Like they're just like everything's like bug related. Like I didn't get any of them. It appealed to me, but I just seen that pop up. I'm like, oh, I remember seeing that.
I think I vaguely remember seeing a commercial for these, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like anything else. There you go. $79, $80. I mean, they look very pretty detailed.
They got money to burn. You're in luck.
Oh my gosh! It's like this.
Really,
spiders freak me out. One of the villains had like this tarantula, and that was probably the thing that kind of steered me away. But
so Johnny Blaze is saying it was a show. Okay, well, yeah, figures. I mean, it makes sense.
Shows.
We see the kung fu grip on the Action Man. Oh, geez.
the blue
Flintstone
pans.
action figures. There was no way. So here's something I want to show that I feel like this was an 80s kids thing. Everybody has to remember this, right? And if you didn't have one, you knew it. You knew of it.
Oh yeah.
Wow. But you got to take
big wheel
those
bike
on the end of the handlebars. I cut those off. Like those had to come off.
The little streamers or tassels.
Yeah.
Everybody cut those off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that one doesn't have the spin handle. Remember the spin handle on the back of the wheel? You used to pull it up, and it would.
Does that have the like the parking brake thing? Like did they all?
Yeah,
have
they
that?
They put it on one wheel. No, this was the original. Then they redid it, and they had that on it. And you could spin it around. Yeah, you could do like a 180.
Yeah, there were a lot of them. But yeah, I guess this was the This was the like the original,
The
right?
original.
And then they
Yeah.
all made them. I mean, there was.
And do you remember in the back? Well, you can't see where I'm pointing, but in the back of right here, can you see my cursor? Is mine on screen? No.
No.
In behind the wheel, they used to have those clickers. Remember when it rolled, you would hear that sound as it's going. I had a German neighbor. He's right from Germany. Could hardly speak English, and my brother rolled back and forth with that thing, making that thing click. And all of a sudden, all we heard, he came out on his porch and he started screaming in German, like right from his porch, like whatever it was like, oh my God. And he was telling him, don't come around here with that anymore. My brother just kept going down, spinning it around and everything.
He's gonna come out and chase you guys away with a stick.
Yeah, he was nasty, that guy.
I feel like that was an 80s kid staple. Everybody had one.
Did anybody have Captain Power? Like,
so MGs.
Who all had at least one cap? Like, it's like you didn't have everything.
I had the VCR game, the VHS game, the interactive VHS game where you had a game board and you had the tape, and it would try to be interactive, and that's what I had. I didn't have any of the Captain Power figures though. Did you have the figures, Phil?
I had the main guy, Captain Power, and then that thing he would stand and it would light up behind him, and it would just like make this annoying sound and just like glow. But that's it. Like there was a bunch of stuff. I'm looking at a ship right now. It's just that was like a late Saturday morning live show. It wasn't a cartoon. It's like one of the last things you'd see on a Saturday. 1987, I want to say.
Captain Power, huh? I don't think don't really know too much about that either. Now I was into Transformers, and somebody made a comment earlier, and I can't remember who it was. It was Johnny Blaze about GoBots being a pretty big one.
GoBots were fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking up Action Man for MG because I think he's mad at me because I made fun of them.
Action Man. Action Man is the most manliest man on the planet.
Okay. One of the coolest figures though is Mask. Like, who all had Mask? The first Mask figure I had was that motorcycle. It had the helicopter. Going back, like, what a great cartoon. It's a shame it didn't last longer. They should bring those back.
Oh yeah, they should. And I watched them. I don't think I had any figures, or maybe we had a couple, but they kind of was like a G.I. Joe vibe almost, right?
Yeah. And a Transformer vibe because their vehicles like went from a car to a ship or a plane, So but they had like a G.I. Joe base. Like, remember the Joes like were underneath that that mountain, right? Same thing with Mask. Like they drive into a bottom of like how cartoons are great. Like, how does this really work in the real world?
Think I could play this Action Man commercial without getting us in trouble?
Oh yeah. I believe in miracles.
Action Man. Now with eagle eyes that actually move. On the lookout for action. Up in the mountains. Down in the jungle.
He's no James Bond.
In the skies.
And he's creepy.
Action. Look out for all these fantastic uniforms specially designed for Action Man. And his eagle eyes.
Shifty eyes. Action Man.
So it actually did look kind of cool. I don't know where that last picture came from, but
come on, Jesse, tell us what you think, buddy. Jesse.
No. Pleading the fifth on that.
Jesse has no opinion.
Jesus. Okay, that didn't help.
I mean, they have James Bond. They should have. It should be James Bond action figures and stuff like that. What?
It's the license they probably couldn't, right?
I mean, if you got James Bond, you don't need action.
Wait, who was that again? It looked like what's his name from Tropic Thunder? What,
Oh yeah,
Ben Stiller.
No, the other guy, Iron Man.
oh yeah, Iron
Oh
Man.
yeah,
Why
Robert
not?
Downey Jr.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is with the dirty
God.
face.
Oh God, that's terrible. Good call, Jesse. That's awesome.
Oh,
So
man.
Jesse, do you want to play your one clip here? Do we want to jump into that? The one clip you sent me?
Yeah, whichever one you want to start with. The heli. You want to do that?
Well, here we'll play the very first one you sent.
Announcing Vertibird, the new electric-powered copter with rotor blades that actually lift it into flight and precision controls that make you the Vertibird's pilot. Use your piloting skills to perform even difficult rescues. Hover into position. You've got him, the Vertibird, the copter it takes you to fly.
So yeah, those came out in 1972, and I had my very first one was a Spider-Man one, and I absolutely loved that. Played with it every single day. And the cool thing about it was just like that hook that's on the bottom of that, you would pick up like the Green Goblin and all his enemies and everything. There would be like a little jail cell with an open, and you'd have to like pick them up and then jail them in there. You'd have to drop them in. That thing was like the coolest thing. And then I got a military copter after that. But man, I love those things. Those were really cool.
See, that's pretty advanced for the time.
It was for back then. Yeah, I thought so.
We had a couple. Did you see Stock Jock said he had one? It was awesome. MG
Did
said
you?
he had one. He had the helicopter.
Oh, very cool.
So there.
I mean, they were really fun to play with, back in that day.
Yeah, I mean, the fact it was able to fly around and you can control it, move it
and
around in the early
put it in
70s.
reverse, and yeah, it was really cool.
And they gave you objectives like to hook the bad guy and drop him in the jail cell. And you said you still have it, right? Like you still have your original helicopter.
Yeah,
now,
I was going to take it out, but I couldn't get to it. I didn't have the time.
Like, does it work?
It does, and it's in pristine condition.
No kidding.
Yeah,
box. How much is it worth now?
That was you got the box.
The original. Well, if I had the Spider-Man one, I have not been able to see the Spider-Man. It's not anywhere. So if I had that, it'd probably be worth a lot. But the generic Army one, I think you can probably pull them for a decent amount of money. I mean, cheap, But it's in pristine. It looks brand new. It looks like it's. I even have the mat that you put down. The mats even looks brand new.
That's crazy. Yeah, keep it on the shelf.
You guys remember the electric football games?
Is that the one where it would like vibrate?
Yeah, it vibrated.
Yeah.
We got one of those for Christmas one time, quite a way. But I think they still make them actually. But we got them back in the late 70s, early 80s. And they were pretty cool, That
was like your tabletop football.
I mean, for back then, you had to kind of set the little wheel at the bottom and try and make the guys go whatever and have your ball, travel or just run the right way.
Were they easy to control? I feel like they would be like impossible to control.
No.
Yeah, they once that thing started buzzing,
they all just started going everywhere.
Whoa. Is Hot Rangus serious? He's never seen Princess Bride?
Oh wow.
Is he kidding?
He might be serious.
That's your homework because you're watching Nostalgia Power. You got to see Princess Bride.
Yeah, we can start assigning homework. If you guys don't know anything that we're talking about, you have to research it. Take it upon yourself to look it up and get familiar with it.
Holy serious.
Get familiar. My
well,
God, man.
Grand Theft Auto 5 tonight and beat Hot Rangus with a baseball bat. So for not watching the Princess Bride. No, that was one we watched that at my house all the time.
That'd be a good movie to do, like do a nostalgia party, primetime.
Yeah, it
watch
actually would
party.
be.
Because we've all seen that. So
Yeah. There you go. Impossible to control it. Yeah, they just vibrated across the field.
Yeah, and at first it was kind of a novelty, but my brothers and I, because I have an older brother and a younger brother, and we all started playing with that thing. And after a while, I remember we were just throwing the things all over the place. It got stupid after a while. But now they have a better one. We didn't have the one that would pass the ball. Now the newer ones, you got this one guy, and you put this little foam ball in his hand, and you like flick it toward whoever you want the receiver to be. So maybe that would have been more fun. And then he becomes the receiver, and you try and get him to go through the line. The one we had, we didn't have anything like that.
No. Well, we'll go to a quick commercial break because we've been going on for almost an hour already.
Wow, that went fast.
wow.
Yeah, I know. Time is flying.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll click this quick commercial, and we will be right back.
Okay.
And now this message.
New from Kenner's Star Wars collection, the Millennium Falcon that you put together. Batteries not included.
Nice landing, Han Solo. Uh-oh, come on, Chewbacca. Stormtroopers are coming.
Action figures each sold separately.
Got him on radar. I'll fire the laser cannon.
There's even a hidden storage hatch.
Ready for takeoff. Jump to light speed. For God. On to the Death Star.
New Star Wars Millennium Falcon. Action figures each sold separately from Kenner.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
Attack the Autobot commander. Call in the Decepticon leader.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Transformers from Hasbro.
This program has been brought to you by the wonderful world of Kenner, makers of fun toys and games for everyone.
There's something strange in the neighborhood.
So who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
Each sold separately.
Have no fear. Vanky, Stamp, and Spangler are here. So are these ghosts. They've got exoplasm. We've been goofed. Now what? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Let's show this pile of dessert who's boss. Activating Chronoblaster. We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Peter Venkman, Ectoplasm, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and other figures each sold separately. Ghostbusters, new from Kenner.
Hello, this is Nick Cage, and you are listening to my favorite retro YouTube show, Nostalgia Power. These are 4 really great stand-up dudes. I'm talking about the bad guy Mike Worley, Jester Tester, Zod Ryder, and my wild weekend party pal, the Walk 'em Talk King himself. PD7, I'm so tired of fake grifting YouTubers who spend thousands of dollars on real pinball machines only to pretend that they care about home arcade releases because they need views. It's utterly disgusting, and you know what? Nobody cares about pinball.
Now back to our show.
Help.
This Cage just firing them darts.
Tell us how you really feel, Nick.
Yeah.
I was just going to
It's
say,
Nicolas Cage. He doesn't hold back, right?
Zod, he doesn't hold back, just like you. He says whatever he wants to say. You know what I mean? Whatever's on his mind. You know,
It's pretty remarkable.
isn't it? It's like you guys can be brothers.
Cage is a douche, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was right
Hey,
about
Gamer
he was
Bridge.
right, he was right about Phil.
Oh, man. Yeah, you partying with him this weekend, Phil?
You know what? He's not as bad as you think. He's got
He comes off that way, right?
Well, when you see him, tell him I said he would have been a horrible Superman. So just let him know that.
right. He's kind of sensitive about that.
It's
about
right.
that
He
one.
was Superman for about
And
5
let him
minutes,
know,
right?
and let him know we don't have time for scumbags. Just let him know.
No.
He named his son Kal-El. Like, you know, he named his son Kal-El. Like, he's that whole
Did he
Superman
really?
thing. I think he took it a little personally.
Well, 2 things he was obsessed with: Superman and Elvis Presley. Like he wanted to be Elvis. Remember, he wanted to date.
He had to get it off his chest. He did.
Can we
Presley's
put up that
daughter and
clip from from Moonstruck. He's like, I lost my hand.
Yeah, he might show up.
I heard what you
who's
said
seen-
about me.
Who's seen
that
Raising
nuts.
Arizona? That's a come on. That's a great movie though. Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those you could just watch.
I liked him, believe it or not.
Over
It was,
and
just,
over.
it was like a B movie. But remember Kick-Ass when he was the father? You guys didn't
Oh
see
my
anybody
god, I
see it?
forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't
I
like
liked
that they
him in
killed
that.
him off. Spoiler alert.
I,
But yeah.
I like him the most recently in a movie called Willy's Wonderland that is loosely that
Sounds
came out before Five Nights at Freddy's, but it kind of has a very similar plot to that, and he doesn't speak a word throughout the entire movie, and he is a complete badass. It's
What's the name of it?
It's one of his best roles, Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, I thought that was the name of those action figures that we've seen before.
Yeah, I was waiting for the twist of action.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Sorry, MG, if we ruined it for you. All right, so we got one more clip here that Jesse prepared. You want me to pull that one up, Jesse?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was better than Five Nights at Freddy's, Ralphie.
Colonel Steve Austin, the $6 million man, and the new Bionic Transport and Repair Station.
The rocket's crashing! We'll put him in the bionic repair station. We can rebuild him. We'll replace the modules in the bionic arm. No injury here. We'll have to check his eye. Bionic eye, A-OK. $6 million man, ready for action.
New Bionic Transport and Repair Station sold separately. The $6 million man, new from Kenner.
I missed the nostalgia power whoosh from the last commercial.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
Does anybody remember the $6 million man action figure?
So I had to ask, when he looked in the back of his head, could you really do that? Like, could you see through his eyes?
Well, here's my original.
1975. Got it right.
1975.
Pristine.
Even with his engine block. Okay. So you can see that. I don't know if you can see him. But yeah, you can look through his eye. But the only thing is, Bionic Man, his eye brought things closer so he can see things further away. But when you look into his eye, it actually makes things go further away. So it's like it's backwards, you know. But how you made if anybody doesn't know how you make his bionic arms, he just swings like loose. It's just limp like those other dolls that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And
all you stroke. I saw that the other day. Like if your arm.
Yeah, all you got to do is turn his head to the right, and then that engages this little button in the back. Then he'll.
Look at that. Yeah. Still works too. Like that's
I mean,
not loose.
He's older than I am. You said 1975.
Yeah. And then when you turn his head back the other way, he'll just drop it.
He thought he was actually running that fast.
I love the condition that he's in.
He's in pristine. I keep him in a case. He's always in a case. But
yeah, there you go. Awesome.
Look at the
he
shoes.
even has his original socks, which most of the time
he's not.
Like
his legs are nowhere near as thin as Action Man.
Yeah, he does have kind of thin legs, though.
Not quite as thin as Action Man, and he's not wearing blue underwear underneath, right? So,
red underwear. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I mean, look at that. It looks like you just bought that thing like last week, you know?
Right, like brand new. It almost looks like it was like a remaster of the original, and they released it.
His date
is got it. It's the original.
His original date's right on the back.
So beautiful.
Do you have those like gummy things that go in them that we saw in that commercial?
The bionic chips.
Yeah.
I took them out. The reason why is because I wanted to keep them because he doesn't have the only thing he doesn't have, and he did have it, but the one thing that dried up on them was the skin that you rolled up because it was like a rubber back then.
Oh,
so a family member of mine who lives in London, found them over there and sent them over to me. So I have them here. So I'm just going to put the sleeve, the skin back on and then put the bionics back in.
Mhm.
So that will be the only restored part of them.
Team America motorcycles. I remember the movie Team America. Didn't know they made any figures of them, unless I'm totally missing the joke. Well, Phil, do you want to get to a?
Oh, we got 2
trivia,
trivias, don't we?
Yeah, we're an hour and 7,
right.
almost hour 8 minutes in. Probably good time.
We didn't talk a lot about, and this was a great.
See you, Kay.
Toy.
See you, Kaylee. Thanks for coming, Kaylee.
Hey, thanks for watching. We didn't talk a lot about Voltron, one of the coolest toys.
Yeah,
of the 80s.
surprisingly, that didn't come up today.
Yeah, I had one. Oh God, I love that thing.
Oh, had nothing to do with the movie.
Just
die cast, and you could take the lions apart, and they were heavy metal. And
I didn't have the figures. I didn't have the action figures that go inside. I had
a couple.
Voltron himself,
but I had a couple of the figures. But the thing was, it was just important if you had Voltron,
Yeah, I know. It's just the black cat was just so much bigger than the rest of them.
And it was hard to get, it was hard to get that one. I remember that going, my parents going to different toy stores trying to find the black lion, the main lion out of the group, because all the other ones were pretty easy to get. Yeah.
Did anyone have the vehicle one? Anyone in the chat?
I had the vehicle one briefly, and I traded it to somebody. I actually got it.
I made some bad trades as a kid.
Yeah, it was a bad trade. I didn't want it. I ended up trading it back. And what did I get for it? I think I got Monkeyin from Thundercats for it.
Wow, that's $400. Wow.
This thing was like, I want to say it was like almost 3 feet tall. It didn't move at all. Like the only articulation points were like its shoulder joints, and I think that was it. And the hands opened up. They had like little claws you can push and grip stuff with it. And it just sat on this platform, and you just ran it around. That's all it did. That's the Voltron we had as a kid. And it's like hollow, cheap plastic.
Okay, this was the one I had. I'm going to send you a link of exactly the one I had.
I don't know if Matt's still in the chat, if he remembers it or not.
That was about 3 feet tall, really?
Something like that. Yeah, maybe I'm remembering wrong because I was a kid and it was huge to me.
Yeah,
it was definitely more than 2 feet tall. We'll say that.
I was a tiny little kid. I didn't get a growth spurt till I was in sophomore year in high school.
All right, Mike, I just sent you the exact one that I had as a kid.
Looking at it right now. Oh, I think my next door neighbor had that exact thing.
And you could.
I remember pieces of it.
Yeah, see,
that was the one you could assemble.
The pieces all come apart. You assemble it, disassemble it, and you had to buy all the parts of it. You had to buy all the parts separate. They never sold it as it wasn't sold as one unit.
My neighbor had this. I remember this.
That's what I had. And you could open them out. They were
the one because I remember that part. Like
you had that one too, Phil? Yeah, you had that.
That's the one I had.
Yeah, that's the one.
And the thing is that chrome, the longer you had it, would kind of peel off and it'd be like tan.
Yeah.
Like this one looks in pretty good condition.
Yeah.
$200.
Not bad for $200.
Yeah, it's cooler than the one I had. All right, sorry, Phil. So get back to.
No, I don't see the sword though. There's supposed to be a sword that comes with them. Well, since we're talking Voltron, what was the toy company who owned Voltron? And this is tough. I didn't know this. And you think of toy lines, you think of like Toy Biz and like Playmates. Who?
Yep.
Yeah, Mattel.
Who owned Voltron?
Yeah, anybody know? That this one blew my mind the other day whenever
I was shocked.
Oh, here we go. Look at that.
Johnny Blaze. Nice.
Yep. Good guess, MJ87, but
All right, so just message me.
Did you
Send
show
me an email?
what the prize was?
Oh, I'm sorry. So let's go for Voltron. We'll go with the Batmobile from the Flash movie. You can see the Flash up on top. If I get my finger right, there we go. I'll send this out. Just send me an email, pdavenport27@gmail.com.
Mike, I sent you an insane one. I sent you an insane one in the private chat. This is insane.
Speaking of timeless toys, anybody remember this?
Oh God, yeah, that thing.
Did you
first
actually
toy ever made, and
you
it'll probably be
solve
the
it?
last one that.
Yeah, I used to remember
Have
how
you
to
ever-
do it, but I don't remember now.
I never knew how to do the Rubik's Cube.
I think everybody who grew up in the 80s had one. We all
Yep.
had
Oh
one.
yeah, we had one.
Yep.
We would try to force it, and then it would blow apart.
Yeah, some people were like taking
And
stickers
just an
off and
update.
putting stickers on.
Yep, that was another
Good
good
one.
method
That's what I
to
should've did.
cheat. Just take your fingers off.
Just an update on the
Yeah, look at this
prizes.
monstrosity.
The prizes that from last week and MG the last couple of weeks will get delivered on Monday. So everybody, Ralphie, MG, and Mike Hawk Hertz, you should all have yours Monday.
$2,000.
Or was this the one I had?
Look at this thing.
Yeah, this was it.
Phil,
This
if you
was
had this
the
one, you might have.
But it was 2,000. It's $2,000, and look at
See, the one I
condition.
had came apart, but they all came together. Like it was one huge.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
2,000.
But
Wow.
the figures somehow
thing's
go
pretty
inside.
sweet.
I don't. You could put the figures in them. I don't. Voltron.
How
was
do his
huge.
little legs
I mean,
hold that up?
He was probably 24 inches high, guys.
It was
That's
about
really
the size of he was about the size of a countercade.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't wanna-
yeah, I think you're right.
My mom took a tizzy one time. We were at school, and she went down into the basement, and she threw every single thing out. Other than things that I had hidden away, she threw the whole basement away. So think of all that. Now I just look at that and think, man, imagine the money.
Think of all the money. Think of all.
Yeah.
You start thinking about the money. That's what happens.
That's-
It's that feeling of lost opportunity.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
For real, because I think about all the stuff I had. I used to, I was nostalgic for the old Knight Rider car I used to have, where you press down the license plate and it would talk. I was nostalgic for it, and so I was looking, and I looked for one on eBay because I was going to rebuy it because I knew I didn't still have it. It was like $400 and some dollars at the time. And this was years ago when I was looking for it. It was like $483, and I was like, okay, well, I won't be buying that right now. But
yeah, so this is MG. This is what I pulled this up for him.
Look at that.
Does anybody know what this is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the
Sorry,
vehicle
can you hear me?
Voltron. That's the
Yeah,
fake
does
vehicle.
anybody know what this is?
Mhm.
Armor Fleet Die Rugger XV.
Yeah.
Never. I've never seen this.
That's what vehicle
that's a pretty
Voltron.
sweet
was
way to
based
move
off.
around.
The Japanese version,
was
the
it?
Japanese version of it was a better story, but they tried to merge it with.
It kind of looks like the Griswold station wagon.
It was fake Voltron for sure.
That's right.
Definitely.
Yeah, his parents tricked him.
But they had so. But see, that's
cars
they
were
had so
handy
many-
too.
It'd still be cool to have. I'd love to have it.
They actually had so many fake Voltrons back at that time. Like Toys R Us was chock full of those robots that were.
Well, I mean, that's where the Power Rangers came from. I mean, that was the whole idea from the Power Rangers. It was Voltron.
Super Sentai, and yeah,
that's why I got into the Power Rangers, because I was reliving Voltron in 1993, 94.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Armored Fleet Die Rugger. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
the actual Armored Fleet cartoon, the Japanese cartoon, is actually way better than the Americanized version that they tried to combine with Voltron. It's actually a much better story in and of itself. But
all right, let's do the last one. We got a Blockbuster video. We still have this patch. Nobody's won it, so got this from Hobby Lobby. One question. This might be easier. Hasbro made these 2 toy lines. Multiple choice, guys. 2 out of these 4 multiple choice. Did Hasbro make Ninja Turtles toys, Transformers, Ghostbusters, Gem and the Holograms? I need to pick 2. What toy line Hasbro make out of the 4? Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Ghostbusters, Gem and the Holograms.
Keep an eye on the chat.
Mike, you got to call it because the spelling have to be correctly. You're in charge.
Yes.
You know
should be.
You know the answer.
So would it be? Was it Johnny Blaze again? Was he the first one that had it?
Because Sand Spirits had an H instead of the G.
I know, and it was definitely a typo. Should we give it to him? I feel like
I sent you the vintage one that will show that.
Okay, we need the chat. We need the chat to play a game. Hit
yeah,
one
I mean that
Sand
wasn't
Spirits.
like he tried to abbreviate. That's
the
only reason I was critical on spelling was like the abbreviations, and I know that was probably a typo.
Hit one for Sand Spirits. Hit 2 for Johnny Blaze. We need the chat's got to decide this. Who wins? Who wins Blockbuster?
He's saying give it to Johnny Blaze. He said 2. Well, for being a team sport like that, I feel like Johnny won the last one. Maybe we'll give this one to Sane because he participates every weekend. JB spelled it wrong too. Did he? Oh wait, he did. It's JEM.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. All right. Wow. I totally missed that one. So we got 2 misspellings.
Whoa. No soup for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, spelling is very important.
I would have lost that one because I would have spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
You didn't spell it wrong when we did the. You know what was funny? You didn't spell it wrong when we did our cartoon draft, and I had it in the cartoon draft. You had it right.
I did spell it right?
On your board, you spelled it right. You spelled it with a J.
All right, well, what are we going to do?
Bare knuckles buck.
12 rounds to decide who gets it.
Ralphie. G.I. Joe and Transform.
Johnny Blaze corrected himself.
G.I. Joe wasn't one of the 4 questions, Ralphie. It was Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Ghostbusters, and Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah, he did correct himself. All right, Johnny, you can have it. Good job. You did. You corrected yourself.
Johnny Blaze wins both?
With these airtight rules we have here. I mean,
okay.
You know.
Both of them will be coming upside down.
I'll have to look up the official PD7 trivia rules.
We're going to get another letter from legal. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. I think it was like page 47, section 8 clearly states that if there was a spelling error, the first to correctly correct themselves.
Typed up legal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zod, I'm going to pull up. What did you send? Oh, God. This is a Gem action figure.
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that they made action.
Is that the
figures,
last?
but
Yeah, I'm behind
makes
here.
sense.
They've been making these since Hasbro's been making these since '85.
And this is up for bid right now. It goes off in 4 hours. I mean, looks like a. Yeah, what's up with the
she's kind of
interchangeable head?
Well, because she's Jerica, but she can turn into Gem. That's the
So
Gem
I wonder
head.
how you just you pulled her neck off, detach the head
you
at the
detach
neck
her by the neck, and then
if you're into that.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever
gets you going, you're good. Well, maybe we could ask Action Man about that. See what he says.
I'm sure he'll be into it.
Well, maybe not, because Gem is not. Gem isn't the right gender for Action Man.
Yeah, that's right. We got a visitor. What's up, buddy? You can come over and say hi. Just don't knock the Ghostbuster house over, please. That's your college tuition right there.
For real. Oh my God, that thing is.
All right, so before we go, sorry, MG, I got to do it one more time.
Oh my Lord.
This is so.
Oh
good.
yeah.
For everybody, go out, get yourself an Action Man.
All you got to do is oil them up and.
Wow, that's
Can you get to that one where he's kicking, he's holding the guy's leg,
he's
the sound of silence
right down here.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Ralphie, it's raining.
It's raining, man.
The one dude's not interested. Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah, he was like the referee or something. He was just standing
Kind of.
there.
All right, break it up, guys.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Come on.
He's feeling kind of left out.
Come on.
Definitely
The
a lot
people
of
downstairs
going on there.
They're banging on the ceiling right now. Cut it out. That's enough.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
It's okay.
I mean, he told me to look it up. I mean, why that was one of the first recommended images, I have no clue.
Hallelujah.
Oh no, guys.
Daddy.
No, I'm not going to let my mom watch this one. Okay.
Daddy, where's that big box full of toys?
It's not out. Sorry, I didn't bring it out, buddy.
Did you guys want to go over the dangerous toys? Or do you
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's get to that.
All right.
Sorry, MG, we ruined it for you.
All right, just bear with me, guys.
I had to. I'm sorry, I had to. Certain things you just have to share with the class, right?
Yeah. Ralphie's right. Dim the lights.
For those gentlemen, fudge is a delicacy.
Careful with those, buddy.
Let's see if this will come up correct. I don't know. Okay. Can you blow that up any bit? Right?
No, only thing I can do is just show what you're showing.
All right. Well,
you could blow it up, Jesse, by clicking on the first icon at the top next to that thing, next to that circle thing. You could blow it up. Just click on that, and then it will make it bigger.
Yeah, I did that, but it's not doing it. Oh, anyway, can you guys see it?
Yeah, what is that?
All right. So that is, I got to read this because I had to write all this stuff down. All right. So that's a dockyard locomotive. Okay. So we're going to go way back in time now. This was made in 1880. All right, and this was a kid's toy.
Oh,
Now,
my.
think of this. This was a powered steam engine, all right, that took kerosene and alcohol, and the kid would light it with a match, and it would move across the floor. But the problem with it was it would leak the kerosene and the alcohol out as it ran across the floor.
Oh my God!
It would light the house up on fire as it went.
Yeah, and at that time, it probably took the fire department, 6 hours to respond.
Yeah, they come with a bucket,
Yeah,
and
that is unbelievable.
Let me go to the next one here if I can. Oh man, I'm gonna just screw this all up. I should have just sent them to you.
No, it's okay. We learn on the fly.
All right. Let's see.
So that was one of the dangerous toys.
Yeah, they're gonna keep getting better.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine it would get worse than that.
Yeah. Okay.
You better not.
Let's see.
It's gonna go off
the whole
table.
thing's gonna fall over.
What is?
Nothing. You're good.
Daddy, I really need help making this go up.
Well, we'll play in a couple minutes, buddy. We went from Showgirls to Action Man to Vegas, and
Yeah, sorry, I don't have my Showgirls Hot Toys figure on the pole to show you guys. I couldn't get to it. Elizabeth Berkley.
Let's see if this is better. All right,
okay. What do we have here?
Okay.
Oh, the erector set.
Yeah. Okay, so this is not so bad, right? So the AC Gilbert Company, this is the company we're going to be focusing on because this is the company my father introduced me to, actually. He bought me my first erector set. I talked about this before. So this isn't all that big of a deal. You can make things with it. The only thing that was bad about it was all metal. It was sharp and everything. And you could, get really cut on it and everything like that. So that's that one. That's not all that bad. But now, where do you see these?
Do they still make erector sets? I know I had something along those lines when I was a kid.
Yeah,
there was like knockoff versions of them, maybe.
They ended in 1980. So, okay. There they go. Okay.
We're getting a good demonstration of the Ghostbuster house in action back there.
Yeah, like I said, they get better now. All right, I threw that one over.
Look at these.
Never used it. Okay, what do we got here? Okay.
All right.
Is that a glass blowing kit? Like to blow?
Think of this for a second now.
Like how they blow glass with
this was the
5,000 degree heat.
This was the Gilbert glass blowing kit. It came with brass torches, and you'd sit there with that glass tube in your mouth, and you'd actually blow glass. This was for kids now. This is for little kids. Can you imagine this?
Yeah, like what
definitely not safe.
And that was in the 1920s that they came up with that.
Kids were tougher back then,
right? Okay,
they could swallow glass and survive.
They were tougher back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. What? Yeah. Well, do you know the year that was out? Did you mention it?
1920. 1920.
Wow.
All right, we only have.
Well, they really got gypped on action figures back then.
Yeah, they did they just had things that would just straight up kill you. Like, we're going through the Great Depression anyway, so here's something fun that you kids can do. We're going to eliminate part of the population.
Okay, that one came up. Okay,
now let's get a fun way to go.
All right, now this one
what is that?
This was made in 1931 and it ended in 1942. And the Gilbert caster kit, you were given, get this, a series of molds to cast your own lead alloy soldiers, football players, cowboys, and others with over 3 dozen different molds. So the molds were lead. You had to sit there with a ladle and put the Bunsen burner underneath it, melt your lead, make your people or the figures, and then it came with lead paint to paint them with, which is up in the top corner there. So can you imagine?
So not only could you severely burn yourself, you're also poisoning yourself.
Poisoning yourself. Yep. All right. So
redeems
like, what's that kid up to? I mean, you see him on that packaging, like he's no kid wears a tie. I mean, how old is that kid on that box?
Back then, they sure did.
Just evil masterminds from the beginning.
okay, now the next two is going to be they're bangers. Get ready.
Okay.
This I actually couldn't believe this. I was like, you got to be kidding me. This can't even be right. Okay, there it is. Okay, this is the one my father had
chemistry
bought.
lab, huh?
Yeah, my father bought this, and he told me about this since I'm a little kid that he had this. Okay, so this was the Gilbert chemistry set, which involved ingredients that were extremely corrosive or highly explosive, such as potassium nitrate, sulfuric acid, and sodium cyanide. And you can mix all that up. My father he told me the story where he mixed a few of the ingredients up and it literally exploded and hit the ceiling and it left a black ooze all over the ceiling. So you had sodium cyanide in there. Think of that.
Kids, I mean, what were they thinking?
And potassium nitrate. Yeah.
You weren't thinking about the kids. That's
no. Kids will have fun with this.
Okay, now here comes the best one of all. This one,
how could it get worse than sending kids sulfuric acid?
You would think,
yeah.
But here we go.
This is going to be like make your own hydrogen bomb kit or something? Or...
Oppenheimer.
Oh, geez.
Oppenheimer for kids.
See you, Johnny.
Okay, there you go.
Johnny.
See you, Johnny.
All right, so this here.
What is that?
This is in 1950.
Atomic Energy Lab?
Yes, and think of this.
Sweet Jesus.
The Gilbert Company made the U-238 Atomic Energy Lab. It came complete with alpha particle, beta particles, gamma particles, and 4 uranium ore samples. It also had a cloud chamber, which allowed the child to watch the alpha particles travel more than 10,000 miles per second. One of the activities that the kit suggested is playing hide and seek with the gamma ray source, and then he could use the Geiger counter to locate the radioactive sample.
That's unbelievable.
Daddy,
can you imagine that?
Here, buddy, you want to get an atomic energy lab?
Oh my God.
We can crash particles into each other at high speeds.
He said, yeah.
He's like, heck yeah, but we could do that.
Hey, you could maybe even turn into the Hulk with the gamma rays. You know?
I mean, right.
You just got to make sure, Mike, when you do this, that you do a
That's
YouTube
a good point.
video.
Yeah, I mean, let me stick my head right in this thing.
Well, no, Jesse's onto something. What's the chances we could either turn into the Incredible Hulk or the Flash? Like
one or the other. Yeah,
there's a good chance you can obtain superpowers with that thing.
Very, very possible.
Yeah, the Bruce was rename it the Bruce Banner playset. I can't imagine that any of those things you just showed were.
No, release.
They had to have a short lifespan,
Release
right?
the playset. Release the playset today and call it anger management.
Yeah, that would be good too.
Like
I could have used. I could use that.
Totally.
Used that the other day.
I was not.
You were all red faced. You could have been Red Hulk. You were going to turn into Red Hulk.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Nick,
I didn't know. Those were pretty intense.
Can you imagine and then going around with your Geiger counter and around your mom and she's
around
making a meal and she's like, what are you doing, Johnny? I'm looking for radioactive samples, Mom. Just leave me alone. Right? Everybody's getting bladed in the house.
Lighting, melting lead with a Bunsen burner. Just like fumes all through the house.
God.
Wow.
It's no surprise why life expectancies back then were
right.
50 years old.
Yeah, and they were trying to get rid of Nerf guns because they were saying that people were getting hurt with those. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'd take a Nerf dart to the eye any
Yeah,
day.
really.
over-
Then have radioactive gamma rays.
Yep.
At least you get to wear a cool eye patch.
Yeah, it'll heal up in a week. Well, yeah, I was expecting like, you know, the lawn darts or what, like Zod mentioned the other night, the Boba Fett that had the missile. Those are like nothing compared to
you
what,
could because you could choke on the
nothing at
you
all.
could choke to death on the Boba Fett missile because it, you know, that was the problem with that.
Another thing they had was those kabangers. Do you remember those? They were like, they called them clackers, but they were two basically acrylic balls on a string.
Oh, yeah.
They became a big deal in the 80s, and on the boardwalk here, every single stand sold. You could win them. So everybody on the boardwalk one year, I remember, had these things. They were going crazy with them. They were clacking like crazy. Well, what they found out was the acrylic, when you were starting to go really, really fast, exploded, and all the acrylic shards went in everyone's eyes and started blinding them. So they became illegal.
I say I don't remember seeing those for a long time.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I remember them back in the early 80s.
You know, you got to figure that all toys are just experimental. They're all like, you know, see if we can make this and get away with it, and hopefully nobody gets hurt. But if they do, they'll make laws for it.
Yeah, I didn't think they went as rigorous in testing years ago as they do now, though.
No, the kids were the kids were the beta testers.
There you go.
Our eyes just
now the arcade went up.
College is out.
That's it. Trade school for you.
The kids were the beta testers back then.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Just like us now.
You saved it. Save. Oh boy. I knew Susie come downstairs. I'm like, well, I don't have it on like the most stable table. It's like a little TV tray table sitting on carpet. So the thing is very wobbly. That's why, like, if you notice, I hadn't moved a whole lot at all because I was just waiting for me to do one of these. And well, guys, what do you think? I mean, we've been going almost an hour and 40 minutes. We had a good little conversation on a bunch of toys, a lot of toys that I never heard of, or a lot that I haven't thought about in 20, 30 some years.
Well, it's too easy to just talk about He-Man and
right, like
Thundercats and GI Joe.
You could dedicate an entire show just to those.
Which we probably will.
We could do that. We could do that every week. I mean,
it was cool.
they were the best.
Bring up a lot of these obscure. I learned a lot about Action Man today. MG's gonna, he's still trying to redeem himself.
Oh my goodness.
So unless anybody has anything else they want to share, or
we'll do flashlight time next time, Ralphie. I have another good one for you.
All these.
They weren't obscure. Well, yeah, maybe they weren't obscure. Maybe that wasn't the right term, but maybe ones like Phil said, they weren't in your face mainstream, like these, you know what I mean?
Going back, okay, Optimus Prime really quick. I mean, my friend got Optimus Prime. Like, we're talking like 84, 85. And I never even saw the cartoon. It was like 3 characters in one. You had the semi truck, and then there was that little like car in the inside that had like it'd open up. You'd have the missile launcher. That was a great toy. Optimus Prime. I mean, for the time. Hey, Brooklyn. That was cool. My dad actually picked that up for me not too long after my friend had it.
I have the version 2 of the Optimus Prime. I didn't have
the 94. So you have the speaker where he's like, "I'm Optimus Prime." You press the.
Actually, it just fell off, but it's right here. Which I don't have batteries in it, but
I had that one too.
Yep,
that first one,
version 2, but it's identical to the original, other than just the color itself. And the original didn't have the speaker.
No.
Right? MG, trying to end the stream so you can put the Ghostbusters out of reach. Yes, go ahead, Jesse.
Real quick, I had my very first radio controlled car was, a Spider-Man car, and it only had like one button, and you would push it to go forward, and then backwards it would kind of do a U-turn, and then you could go forward again. Well, the problem back then was every single car, if somebody else bought it, had the same radio controller. It was on the exact same frequency. So my friend, my best friend, he lived 2 doors down from me, and he bought one, but he didn't know I had one. So I remember him outside on his porch, and he was playing with it in his front yard. And all I kept doing was screwing with him the whole time, just pressing my remote control. Would keep making his car going all out of control and shit. He was like, "What is wrong with this thing?"
That's awesome.
Just trolling them like, ah,
Yeah,
look at that idiot
hours.
over there.
That is so awesome. Them all being on the same frequency like that.
Back then they were, yeah.
That's awesome. Like, wow.
Why is this so
We could set up some incredible crashes, incredible like
Yeah. That was funny though. You had to see his face. He was like, so he thought he had a broken unit.
21, 22,
And
23, 24, 25,
yeah, one the
MG's right. Like,
Transformers.
could you imagine? I mean, those were the best. They were metal.
Like how cool, yeah, were they? You know, some of them were a little odd looking
That's why
compared to their cartoon version.
that's like 20 feet tall.
Yep.
I mean, that goes back to the original question. Do you try to get the original or Super 7, the newer stuff we see? Like, is it good enough?
Hey, buddy, do me a favor. Grab that. See that box down there, the white one? Grab
You
that.
guys remember the Tonka trunks? Tonka trucks?
Yep.
They were like all metal. They were like really sharp, heavy metal.
Tonka was known for their, for their heavy
metal.
Well,
yeah,
like this is like it didn't feel like a toy. It felt like like an actual miniature, like the real thing, like a miniature of the real.
Well, here's a good example, Phil. Like, so here's your your original Optimus Prime. Like, do you collect the original because it's nostalgic, or then you look at like ones that are made today that are like
In the back,
they look
and the thing is you keep them in the package, the ones you get today, because it just looks so clean.
Yeah, like I mean,
that's
the
that
package.
looks
The package
that's
is part of the
cartoon Optimus Prime
presentation.
right
Like,
there.
it's
That's
awesome.
I know.
But back in the day, they did what they could. You sacrifice. You had to use your imagination a lot.
There's only one Optimus Prime that I want nowadays, but I wouldn't know what to do with it if I got it, and it's so expensive. The one that talks and then automatically
transforms.
it.
I think Kongs R Us has that, and I think he showed it off on one of his streams. And I think that's a trailer. They
probably regrets it.
Yeah,
because I hear that it does all kinds of crazy stuff, and that it's like it's kind of got a mind of its own. So I don't know.
Oh, that'd be cool if he just followed you around the house.
If it's particularly safe.
It's kind of your shadow,
He climbs and transforms and just thinks he's fighting things. And
Yep. Well, guys, before my Ghostbusters collection ends up in the trash,
Daddy,
I think it's a good time to call it. Hour 45 minutes. Yeah, and if nobody has anything else, thanks everybody for hanging out, getting up early, and hanging out with us the whole time. And if anybody wants to tonight, jump on PlayStation. We'll be going live.
Check out Zod Rider
and Zod. Yep, he's
a little
going
earlier.
live at 6:30 his time.
7:30 Eastern.
Always has good discussions on there.
Should be
check out I Don't Get It.
Yep.
And I'll be streaming myself sleeping because I've been up all night. So if anybody wants to tune into that,
yeah, Jesse needs the rest.
You've been up all night?
yes, not 1 hour sleep yet.
Really?
Yeah,
party animal.
Yeah, no.
You were the one partying with Nicolas Cage then.
Well, yeah, I'm not a party pal like Phil is. But.
Like Phil's the party pal.
I thought you were doing. I thought you were doing curls. You were doing arms this morning.
That was this morning. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Have a good weekend.
We'll catch you guys later.
Daddy, help.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.